Alright, so once again, happy breakout of a toxic relationship day. Today is Taylor Swift's birthday. She turns 33 years old. And every year on her birthday, I use it as an opportunity to detox relationships. Not only with people, and certainly not only with romantic interests, but with my food, my relationship with my body, my relationship with my workplace, and all that. Now, as much as I complain about workplace drama on my YouTube channel, there is a silver lining out of this. I've come to realize that there's no such thing as a dream job. See, I used to get really envious about people with various jobs of all sorts of backgrounds, and my experience at my current workplace is that there is no such thing as a job that entails doing A, B, and C. There's all sorts of quirks and hassles and tricky cases and novelties that you would never think of, right? You read a job description, it's only going to be the tip of the iceberg. You have to also think about how it interacts with the rest of your life. Let me give you an example. I've had a little bit of a relapse with my eating disorder because of how it interacts with work. So, I'm kind of new to my job, and I want to take on as many clients as I can. And during the pandemic, I really didn't give much thought to how hard it would be to tutor while I was eating at the same time. So I had clients that were back-to-back, 5-6 hours in a row. Now, I had one client who made it a habit to show up 15-20 minutes late. I don't know if it's because of his scheduling. He drives himself to the tutoring center. I don't know if he's just being lazy about it, he doesn't like my tutoring or something, but I got to know him as being 15 minutes late, and one day, I thought this would be a great time to eat, right? Because I'm often trying to fast 14 hours, 16 hours, and oftentimes, I made it a habit to start eating in the afternoon during the pandemic, and I find the psychology of trying to change that very difficult. That's another relationship I have to work on, but I decided to start eating, and the one time I decided to eat, because I had fasted 41 hours, I think, that time, he comes on time that time. And I can't really scold him. It is his time to come. And what's really frustrating is that, what should have been a 20-minute meal ends up taking me an hour and a half to eat, and at the same time, my speech is kind of slurred by the fact that I'm trying to eat. I'm salivating like mad, and my dinner tastes like cardboard, and it really wasn't to anybody's benefit. Had he just shown up late, I probably could have gotten more out of 40 minutes than I did out of 60 with him, just because of how much eating was intruding on the lesson. After you fast 41 hours, I'll let you give that a try, or even just think about it. But it just goes to show that the next time I envy somebody's job, I got to think they're not just doing the job, they're integrating their life into the job. Give you an example. I hope to go back to Poland. I alluded to this earlier in this video, earlier today. Now, I have a Facebook friend there, and actually, just the other day, she had these awards, like who's following her the most, and I can't believe it's me. We talk so much on her messages, and I hope to attend her wedding. It's an unconventional wedding, and the reason I want to attend is because I know if I tell my boss, can I schedule 2 weeks off to attend a wedding, my boss will probably be much more accepting of it than I just want to go fool around for 2 weeks, right? So I get to attend her wedding, I get to go swimming in the Gdansk Bay. I don't like swimming in chlorinated waters, so Gdansk Bay is a good place to swim for me. Now, I got really envious at one of the lifeguards there when I was there. This was, 6 years ago now. Because in my mind, I thought she just gets to sit around talking to tourists and getting all tanned up, right? I work indoors, and I wish I could work and also get my UV lighting at the same time, right? A lot of times, I have to work, and then I have to go out to get my UV lighting. Although I have a desk lamp that gives off UV that I can put in my office now. And it just made me really envious, because I have to work, I have to go out to get my UV light, and then it leaves me very little time to do other things that I want to do, right? And she gets to do both at the same time. And while I was at Gdansk Bay, Poland, I took a dive to the ocean floor to collect a rock sample. I used to call these sample return missions when I would collect a sample to take home. And I'm glad I did that because obviously I haven't been able to go back to Poland for 2.5 years now because of the you-know-what, right? And being able to show people the rock, and I gave the rock a little bit of a nickname. I called it Polonium 420 because 210 times 2 is 420, right? And the fact that I felt so high when I picked up the rock, right, 420, it's such a coincidence, right? And anyways, and then I felt really envious at the lifeguard. But now looking back at it, I have to think maybe she has a lifestyle change that she's trying to get over, right? Maybe who knows? She could have just broken up with her boyfriend, has eating troubles, trying to stay away from certain things that she has to see at work. You know, she certainly has to hear tourists who hit on her and harass her, right? Certainly that could come time to time, right? And it's not just getting tanned on the beach that I have to think about when I see these so-called dream jobs. There probably isn't a perfectly dream job out there, right?